then luckily that person canceled it. You know what I mean? Like, dude, thank God that person canceled it. Like, no, that's fucking good. That's not a good chair. You got that one from over there. Huh? It was funny because when I was looking around for what I would use for the stand, I looked at it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I guess I could put this right here.
Oh yeah, we could move this one. We could put just
down
on the floor for right now.
Yeah.
Just right now, we'll put it back.
Yeah.
It's just about dude. This looks so cool. That's what I tell you. I was tired at work.
Yeah.
Because like I only slept a little bit, and I woke up and I'm like, at least I slept like I think like 3 hours then right there.
Yeah.
But then like when I was at work right now and it was hot, I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Getting a little
dude,
sleepy.
yeah.
But then I was like, and I was like, it's Monday. I told Ass I fucking do, and I was like, you know what, bro, that's the reason why I wanted to say, like, let's do it, because I would have been too tired to, I wouldn't have decided to do this if I didn't already make it plan, and I didn't want to flake, because
dude, honestly,
it really is.
I honestly want to dunk my head, just my head in the pool.
I feel that shit, bro.
You know, I just want to dunk my head in there, bro.
Honestly, the shade, it does wonders, though. And I like the wind out here. There's still, like, the skyscrapers cover all the wind, so in downtown,
no wind.
And I feel like just because the glass, I don't know if it's like it's hotter.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just cooking, dude. I feel
the glass, it magnifies the heat.
I feel so bad for some of the homeless people I see, like fuck, because I was like, I asked right before work too, because they gave me like a because they do catering orders where they're like, oh, can you do this order at 6:30? But they told me at like 2 in the morning. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I had like schedules for that time, and then they're like, oh, okay, like
you want to put some in?
They're like, oh yeah, bro, most definitely.
I told my mom, don't come out here. We're fucking recording.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking G.
Yeah, dude, we're recording, bro.
That's G, bro.
We're recording.
Something right there. I could probably put something right there.
You are recording, man. Dude, I know this is a good ass post, post it in the back.
And just somewhere where it's like, because downtown gets too, I mean, like, just the city could get too loud because there's just too many people, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, we wouldn't be able to do this at Peanut Lake or anything. I don't know if you've been to Peanut Lake recently, but man, dude, that shit is, all the white people are picnicking there. I went up there with Alondra the day where it was gonna be the longest day, or like the sunset was like, like the latest, like, so it was gonna be the shortest night or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we went up there to see the sun go down, and I went there. Every single spot was filled with people, bro. And so there's nowhere for us to just smoke. You get me? Because there was people, and there was kids, and there was picnics, and like boyfriend girlfriend and shit. It was crazy.
Back then, nobody went to Peanut Lake.
Nobody
went to Peanut Lake.
That was the spot for teens, bro.
Nobody went to Peanut Lake.
Only to do debauchery. No one went to Peanut Lake to do like. And it was, you know what I liked about that is because we're drinking, and we're smoking, but we're hiking.
Yeah, we're also,
you know what I mean? Like, we're like,
we
so it's not like,
good.
But then now people just see us and see them. They're like, oh, look at these people drinking and shit. But it's like, bro, no, this is the spot to do that.
Dude, man, when I was high, hiking up there, I felt like my ancestors were channeling me, like all the times they were enslaved and doing hard work. I was like, I'm doing that shit too, my nigga. Don't try.
Dude, I think about Peanut Lake, bro. I remember when I was doing the lifeguard thing. And like we were like paranoid about weed being in our system for like 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
So like
you just ran.
Yeah, we took like a month off of smoking, right?
Yeah.
And then I like literally like I put on sweats and then sweats over those sweats. Then I wore a long sleeve and a long sleeve over that.
Dude,
and I was fucking.
That's awful.
And I was hiking. The first thing we did was the steepest part, like the part where you're pretty much climbing. The side. Holy shit, bro. Oh my goodness, dude. And then like after that we ran down to the bottom side, El Sereno side, kind of like right where there's that water fountain down there, you know what I mean? Because that's like one of the only fountains, you know what I mean? So we went all the way down there, right? So you could drink some water.
Yeah.
And then we fucking lunged halfway up the hill, and then we ran up the rest. We lunged, bro, from like there was a spot where like because it got steeper and steeper, so the lunges got like. Oh my goodness, bro.
You know what?
And it was hot that day, let me tell you.
I used to work out pretty like regularly. I used to do like chest day, back day, leg day.
No, you used to go.
Yeah.
I remember seeing. That's why I would see you at the park.
Yeah.
You'd bring your basketball shorts because you had to wear shorts. You couldn't go in pants.
Yeah.
And you would literally just like that would be one of the reasons why we see you. We'd be like, oh look, there is acid right there.
Dude, man,
that's hilarious.
My leg day, I would do lunges. You know how Montero, there is a hill going up?
Yeah,
I would just do lunges up that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Lunges is honestly one of my, like, it's like, the burn is so fucking good.
Oh my god.
Like, it feels like, because the steps, like, every step is like, and then because when you're done, you're just walking in a circle, just trying to, like, and your legs are just, like barely keeping your body up. Like,
dude, I feel like my...
doing minimum wage.
I feel like minimum work. My body's just trying to, it's like urging that. Like, when I do, like, heavy, like, lifting in Instacart or Amazon, like, afterwards, my body's like,
yeah. I love that shit. That's the thing. There's people who love to work. Like actual, like, I love that feeling of work. You get me?
It's because we're, like, hella, like, Hispanic.
And but I think that's why they pay those people less, because they know, like, intrinsically, there are people who just that it hits a part of your, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not stuck in an office.
Got paid. No,
You know what I mean?
No, I know. It kind of adds purpose, because it's a hard task.
It is.
You got to do it.
And then when you finish it, the fulfillment.
Yeah, you feel.
And that little dopamine that gets in your head, and I feel like they kind of use, because if you're working in an office, they gotta pay you a lot to keep you around.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck?
And they gotta, like, you gotta write essays and shit.
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
Oh my goodness, bro. Dude, I wouldn't want to do anything like that.
Dude, it's like, you know, having, like, English as your work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, English class is your job. And I hated doing essays.
Yeah.
That would be hell for me.
Honestly, you know, the only time I did essays in class, bro. Like, I would do it like they'll be like, oh, it's due by the end of class.
Yeah.
I would literally start from the beginning of class. I'd finish the essay by the end, because I'd just be writing as it's going. Because the way I did it, I'm like, oh, 5 sentences, 5 paragraphs. 25 sentences, all right. All right, so let me just try to, you know.
Hindsight, it was easy as fuck.
Like, I literally just try to, like, be like, I would do, like, just, all right, introduction, and then the 3 things, and then just, like, put 3 BS, like words, and be like, okay, I'm gonna make sentences with those words. And then I just fucking, like, as I'm writing, just be like, oh, that's genius the way I put it. But I would never, outside of class, I love doing math homework compared to English.
Math homework is so fun.
I love math homework.
Math homework is the shit.
Because it got harder and harder. It was like Apex, where it's like you're winning, and then it starts getting a little tough and it starts beating your ass. It's like,
and you're like, dude, this one question, how the fuck do you even do it? And then the teacher explains it the next day, and you're like, oh, you how to do that.
When you have a good math teacher, bro, that it's literally, math is so much more fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, honestly.
Like, people who complain about math, I always, like, I don't ever be like, oh, why? I know it's just you weren't taught like they taught you just like bullshit. They didn't teach you, like, dude, this makes sense. Do you get that? The reason why, you know, like the fractions, like 3/4, right? It's 3 divided by 4.
It's also,
do you get me? Like, it's like shit like that. Like, that's so crazy. You get
me? Also people's interest in how they see it. Some people just don't see math as the way we probably see it. You know, they see math like, oh, it's just stupid numbers. Like, dude, I just need.
I wonder if it's also because we're musically, like, inclined.
Yeah, we're musically gifted.
Anytime I write music down, people always say, "Oh, you're doing math." I'm like, no, I'm just.
I'm just gifted.
I'm putting 1 Roman numerals, writing with a fucking.
I'm just musically gifted.
I'm just musically gifted. Because that's what I think. I remember, like, the musicians friends I had, we always agreed fucking math was fucking great. But because math is like a language, you get what I mean? And, like, music is like a language. So, like, we learn these languages that aren't just straight up words. Like, we reading languages, you know what I mean?
Math is kind of interesting, and how it relates to music.
I love math. That's why poker, like, actually helped me, like, get back into that, like, just your mind processing math problems. And then just that feeling of, like, oh, man, like, dude, that was cool. Like, I did 3 steps to come up with that, like, the answer, you know what I mean?
Man, I remember when I was a kid, I used to think, like, adults would have certain skills. Like, oh, do you know how to count cards? Like, what do you mean you don't know how to count cards? Like, counting cards is, like, something you got to know, you know what I mean? Like, certain things, like, I felt like
that everyone needed to know.
Like, they had to do, like, oh, like, did you join the army? No. Why didn't you join the army? I was low-key getting paid by the government to do shit like that.
That's how college is like. They just tell you to do it without really, like, you know what I mean? And it's just because college is a business, right?
College is a business.
They just make, you know, like, it's straight up is a business. What they're selling is education. That's the service
a degree
that they give. But then they're wondering how much more they're willing to, like, you know, like, how much are they willing to take? And you know what I mean? And they tell you it's necessary. You know what I mean? It's like, I forgot what it's called in business when something is necessary, like toilet paper. You know what I mean? Like everyone's gonna need it. Everyone's gonna, you know what I mean?
Something with the A, right?
Yeah, but it's like, but I think commodity.
Commodity.
But it was like something essential, something like that.
Yeah.
But necessary commodity. But it's something like that. You know what I mean? And what they're doing is they're making it a necessary commodity. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't get a job. They tell you can't do this. You can't blah 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 blah.
I think the internet just completely shitted on all that.
Dude, I think the internet did. Because people realize that you're able to learn shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't need to go. I mean, back in the day, like in the 90s, going to college probably was a necessity. Because everything you would learn on YouTube, you got to learn in college.
Exactly.
But now everything you could learn on YouTube.
I love just like randomly, like I went in like probably a couple months back. I was just watching like this one YouTube channel that they were just doing a bunch of Julius Caesar videos. And they were just talking about how his tactics are, right? And like how like did I tell you about how they had like they would have the like each group, right? There's 3 rows of it. The front row were like the newcomers, right? They would fight, they would get tired, then they would back up behind the second person. The second person then is now fighting a tired person, you get me? Then they're able to take him out like that, you get me? Then when the first and the second people get like messed up, there's the third person in the back. He's the good one, and he's because he got to stay the most rested. You get what I mean? So now he's able to fuck them all up. You get what I mean?
That's some good ass strategy,
and
bro.
that strategy made them like you could be 1/3 their size and they were fucking up people. You get what I mean? Because it was just the energy that's being used. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Apex. You know, you down someone's shield and then your homie comes in and like fucking kills them.
And then after a while, like you're a front rank for a bit, right? Out of the 3, you're the front. But then once after a couple battles, you get moved to the second. You get what I mean? And now you don't have to be the first one in battle. You get what I mean? And now you're fighting tired people, so it becomes a little easier. You know what I mean?
Dude, and it's like, they had to fight.
Yeah, and it was good. So they're learning. So the people who
shooting, swords and shit.
Exactly, like real fighting. And here's another thing that he did.
Real wrestling.
Everyone who was in Julius Caesar's army,
was a beast.
Was a craftsman as well. They all knew they all knew how to build bridges, build walls. They knew how to. They were lumberjacks. They knew how to chop down trees, right? And so they would go to enemies like their territory, and like there's this one story, right? The enemy, what they did is there's a river, right? And they destroyed the bridge to get to them, right? So then now they're like, so Julius Caesar, right? They're gonna have to come through the water to get to us, you know, and now they're gonna have the disadvantage. Julius Caesar, he set up a camp right in front of like where they were, so that lets them believe that they're right there. They're gonna cross the water soon, right? But what they did is that within I forget how many hours, they went, they chopped the wood, they built a bridge from like a couple miles down the road, and then they crossed that water, right? or they waited, like they sent a messenger over here to tell the campsite, all right, start crossing the water at this time. You know what I mean? So then they start getting halfway through the water, and now the enemy's ready. They're like, all right, see, they're coming to us, so we're gonna fuck them up. And then guess what? Now since they're so focused on the enemy coming through the water, they didn't see the enemy coming from the side. From the after that crossed the bridge that they made, and then they got them from behind. Now they're distracted. They turn around, and the people that were in the water, now they're able to get onto land. Do you get me?
I'm not gonna lie, as you said that,
dude, that is so crazy.
I was imagining like a Pathfinder going around and fucking like a Bangalore just shooting in the smoke.
Yes, bro. Seriously, it was so amazing. And then because like just they attack, then they're forced to turn around and attack the bigger army. Like they sent 2/3 of the people. You get what I mean? So now they're forced to like, I gotta attack these people because that's the bigger army. And then these people are able to cross the river, and now they're just flank them, got them. Fuck.
I think war is like hell.
Bro, seriously.
I think war is hell. Yeah, because you're like fighting, like fuck, we gotta kill them.
Yeah, that's the reason. Like the reason why these ideas come up is because your life is on the line.
Yeah.
Like that's why like brilliant things always come out like whenever you're closest to death.
Like the nuclear bomb. Like the nukes.
Yeah, there's some guy apparently like some inventor that he does that shit. He like holds his breath to like a certain point to like where he almost like dies or whatever, but then like right before that moment like he gets resuscitated or whatever,
man, don't tell
and then
people
he comes back.
People go mad do that shit. They're like, oh dude, I hate my wife. My wife's about to leave me. I need to have a good idea.
Yeah. Bro, but the way he did it, because he had all these things like because how else could he do it over and over? That's the thing that I remember tripped me out. I was like, how else could he do it over and over?
Stop almost recording. Stop almost recording. I told you. Hi.
That's funny.
It's okay. We can edit that out.
We
can edit that out.
That's all good.
Was it 14 minutes in?
Yeah, we did good, bro.
What were you saying, Julius Caesar?
But no, I was saying that when you're closest to death, that's when like some crazy, like your mind works really quick. You get me, to try to come up with a solution. You get me?
Yeah.
Because you're like, you're like about to die, so your brain comes up with some crazy ass ideas, and then that's where some of the craziest ideas come up from.
The craziest ideas.
Yeah, because it's just like that shit. You know what I mean? It was like.
Do you think that's what psychedelic experience is? It's like experience. It's like you're kind of close to dying, but not really.
Like poison. Like
so you're poisoning yourself. Yeah.
I can imagine.
And then like all this ideas is just like your brain kind of slowly dying and shit.
Yeah, it's interesting that when you take psychedelics, like the way it's what your mind is thinking about. You get me? Is that like because I think what it is when you're on shrooms, you don't think of ego as much. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. And ego, is like one of those inhibitors. It stops people from really just like saying exactly because there's been times where I'm like, okay, before I take shrooms, I'm like, all right, don't mention this, Toby, don't say this, but we don't, like, I already know, please just don't do this. You know what I mean? And then I get there, and then the shrooms are like, why did I even give a fuck? You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, bro, I kind of don't like shrooming around people because I feel like I feel too weird and I don't want to say anything. People be like, what do you mean by that? And then like I start freaking out, but what do I really mean by that?
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, shrooms I feel like would be, like, to me, scarier by yourself. Because the way I first did it was like I remember I did it, and I gave some to my brother, my younger brother, and then my older brother, and then like Ed and Tony and Caesar, right?
Damn, there's a lot of you guys then.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then we all took probably half an eighth each, you know what I mean? And then my younger brother, he stayed home, and we all went like to like Elysian Park just to like walk around and shit, just be high. And then like my younger brother, because he said he was by himself, he was like, dude, he was tripping, because he was just alone in the house, just like watching TV.
Yeah.
And he was just like tripping, just like by himself. He was like, oh,
I was tripping too.
I wish I was like, you know what I mean? Because he knows we're all like, just like, we're gone.
Oh, but then he probably was thinking like everyone else is out here and I'm down here. You know what I mean? Like that was probably his idea. You know what I mean? He should have followed y'all.
No, he probably should have. I don't know. I mean. Oh, I know why he didn't though. You know what? It makes sense. My younger brother, he fucking stupid ass. Always got he got into cruise when he was like really young, like elementary school.
Cruise?
Yeah.
Like boat?
Huh?
Like boat?
No, cruise like a fucking, hey fool, where you from, fool? Like,
oh,
hey,
like gangs and cruise and
exactly,
stuff. Okay.
Yeah, cruise. Just to me, like gangs like the next level. Like these crews want to be future gang. Do you get what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like
that. It's like that.
That's some hood politics shit.
Exactly. And so then the fucking elementary school you went to was like right in the center of like the hood of that what eventually became his
little
hood.
kids recruited him.
Yeah, exactly. So he was recruited and he's young and wanting to so he did crazy shit and like a lot of people probably want him dead. So.
Really?
He was always paranoid. I never understood why he didn't want to walk, even something as close as like from here to like the entrance of the park. Do you get me? From right there, like literally something close. And he was like, "Bro, we're straight walking through hood territory." Even if it's like in his hood, he just hated just and he had a good instinct, bro. Because one time we were smoking and some guys came up to us and he recognized like that as like the enemies, like not the enemies but the friend of the enemies or whatever. And then like my younger brother's like, we're smoking, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go inside real quick. And I'm like, dude, well, you're just being fucking like, oh, whatever. Man, dude, good thing he didn't fucking listen to me, bro. I'm glad I didn't have an influence on him like that. Because he fucking went inside, and then we went inside with him, and I'm like, bro, you're being paranoid, man. I'm gonna fucking smoke. I'm fucking out there smoking. I'm gonna smoke. I go out to smoke, and as we walk out, me and my older brother, some guy has a towel over his head, and he has an AK, bro. And he has it like just pointing like kind of like towards us, right? And like as soon as I walk, I'm like, whoa, like hands up, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, whoa, bro, this is right there by the Bank of America on Broadway and 23rd or whatever.
Really?
It was right there because I used to stay on Manitou, like right there. And so we walked out, and then some guy like like was walking, a different guy with a fucking gun and his towel covering his head, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? And he's like, hey, who's that guy you're with? And I lied. I was like, oh, that's my sister's baby daddy, like, you know what I mean? And then just like, yeah, oh, he left, he been left, I don't know what the fuck happened with him, you know what I mean? And then like they're like, oh, okay, cool, like whatever. But I was like, bro, because he was pointing the gun right at us at that time. I was like, whoa, nigga.
All right, so there's a difference between like white people and like Hispanic, brown, black, and probably Asian people too. White people, that motherfucker would have shot you if he was white, just because he's a crazy motherfucker with a gun in public.
This guy, he doesn't want trouble come back to his hood.
Yeah,
he just wants that nigga dead.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want police to come back for him. He don't want shit like that.
Police don't like gang violence. The regular police don't deal with that shit. You know what I mean? It's the gang unit.
Yeah.
And there's only, dude, I haven't seen gang units in the hood, and I don't know if that's because the hood's gotten better,
or the gang units
or
are
the gang units are fucking, or if the hood got better. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
I'm serious, bro.
The hood got better, bro.
But I remember
the hood got political, nigga.
that shit, cause, and I don't know if it was because I was young, but I used to get like hit up a lot back then, because I used to get my haircut, I used to get it all the way down. I don't know if you've seen it when it's like all the way like that. And I used to wear my younger brother's clothes sometimes, because when he get locked up, like, you know, he'd wear fucking clothes 3 times bigger than him, you know what I mean? 3 sizes too big, and I just, as soon as he gets locked up and goes to juvie, boom, I have a whole fucking wardrobe, bro. But then that wasn't good for me though.
No.
Yeah. Like, I didn't wear his like pro clubs, like I didn't wear the hood uniform, whatever. But like just those big fucking button up shirt, you know, the fucking
flannels, yeah.
No, it wasn't even flannel. It was like just the collar, like polo looking shirt, but you know, like the stripe polo looking shirt, kind of like that.
Man, see, like when I was growing up there, I would walk down the street, walking home, smoking it. Like, I'm so glad I don't live like in a war-torn country. I'm glad I don't have to worry about like the enemy. Some people do.
Some people
like
do.
That. They do.
And then that's why they can't even get out their fucking house. Like, and that sucked for him, because, you know, like just working and just like doing shit like that, he would get scared to, like, you know what I mean? That's why he always needed a car, apparently, you know what I mean?
You can't even have a regular life. Yeah. It's all because decisions you made when you're fucking
when you were young.
You wanted to,
and then now you wanted to be hard.
People that like in your school, man, that's low-key a tragedy.
And then what sucks is because he felt he was mature, because he was like doing the drugs and doing the,
you know, probably making money too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I remember he was trying to sell drugs, but then he too many. Oh, I'll pay you back later to people who he knew. Never paid him back. Do you get what I mean? And I had to pay it back. I paid it back.
Really?
Yeah. And I told him, because he didn't want to be in that shit anymore, because he got, like, there was a moment where he got shot at, and he like raced over to some chick's house, you get what I mean?
Damn.
I mean, he was doing some fuck shit, to be honest. Like, his fucking girl's pregnant, and like he's out here kicking it with this girl, you know what I mean? But because of that, you know, he was getting, like, he was in the wrong neighborhood, got shot at. But I mean, he was able to get away, you get me? But then he was like, oh, I don't want to be part of that anymore. I don't want to be part of that. And so, you know, I paid his debts, got him out of it. But here's the thing, is that, like, all of his friends are people who in his crew. You get what I mean? And if you don't have anybody to hang out with, like when you leave one lifestyle, you have to have another lifestyle to get into.
Yeah.
Because if not, like, what are you gonna do? Just be home all day? He already can't go out. He already can't just, like, you know.
It's fucking be a Twitch streamer. There's no Twitch back then though. Bro, like, man, that's the life of some people, man.
Yeah, that's the life of some people.
Some people just had no choice, or they did. They just, you know, were too young.
Then they get older and they realize, like, it was just like, you know what I mean? Because when you're young, like, you feel like what you're doing is for a purpose. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, someone needs to give you a purpose when you're a kid.
Because you're young, you have your whole life ahead of you. You feel like if I keep doing this, this is gonna pay off eventually. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And he felt mature. You know what I mean? He felt like, oh, I'm doing this shit. Like, I'm hanging out with people who
are mature. Yeah.
Who are older and maybe not mature thinking. Yeah. Yeah, because he was like, he started drinking and like smoking when he was like 9. Because my dummy of a mother sent him to like Nebraska with like her boyfriend, and she wasn't there. She was still in LA, right? But she sent him over there.
For what?
Like, I don't know why exactly she was here, but I don't know why. I think because he just wanted to, and so like
he wanted to like escape for a while.
Yeah, and so she sent him there but he was like hanging out with like 17, 16-year-olds, drinking, and they see a little kid, and they're just like, oh, yeah, drink, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, and so
that sounds awesome.
He would, yeah,
I wish some people had me drugs when I was a kid. Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
But then that's why. So when he came back to LA, he's at elementary school, and he's like, oh, look at these fucking suckers. You know what I mean?
Wait. He was in elementary school?
Well, 9. You're 9.
Oh, shit, nigga. I thought you were talking about he was like 17 years old.
No, he was 9. He was hanging out with 17, 16-year-olds. So that when he came back, like, he was only there for like 3 months. It felt like forever, bro. Because I was like 10. And that felt like he was there for like half of my life at that time. You get what I mean?
I wish when I was 9, someone gave me a drink.
That's what you said. I was like, all right.
Oh, no. Oh, but that sucks, though.
Yeah, so then when he came back, he's hanging out with these kids. He's all, tagging in the, like he's, doing 16, 17-year-old shit, but in elementary school. And then so, like, that attracts the crew, They're like, oh, man, look at this kid. He's crazy, man.
Their eyes are like, he could do shit if I tell him to.
Yeah, exactly. And then guess what, man? He did.
Kids like that need to learn about manipulation and stuff, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, I feel just need to be taught. But it's like,
you know what? You learned that shit.
You're supposed to learn it at home.
You learned that. I learned, a man chooses, a slave obeys through BioShock.
What do you mean? Say that. Say it again.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
A man chooses.
Because in BioShock, like the dude telling you what to do. Like, he's actually mind controlling you through a phrase. He's like, would you kindly just open that ladder? Or would you kindly save my family?
That's what it is, would you kindly?
Yeah, would you kindly is the phrase. And he was like, would you kindly kill Andrew Ryan?
But that's me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And
imagine.
And he was telling
that's my name.
He was telling you, like, a man chooses, a slave obeys, as you were, like, beating him to death and shit.
Oh, so he was just saying, like, bro, like, you were just a slave.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But now he's being a man, though, if he's choosing to whoop his ass. I'd be like, yeah, nigga, I am the man. Nigga.
He's like, listen,
I choose
I'm choosing to do right, left, not left, right.
Unless he's trying to do some reverse psychology. He's like, yeah, punch me, motherfucker. Yeah, that's right. Obey me, slave. Punch me.
His fucking head explodes.
I'm not going to. I don't want to obey.
Because you're in Rapture, the water city of Rapture. It's like a city underwater, so it's full of tubes and shit.
Yeah.
Imagine he's like, goes into the tube, breaks that shit. And then the whole water comes in.
Oh my goodness, bro. See, that's a fear that I have. Well, probably just because I had a dream like that. I had a lot of underwater dreams, like not underwater, but like being at an aquarium or being at a zoo with underwater animals. Fucking one time there was this whale, right? This is a dream. There's this whale, and I'm just there looking at the whale, and then he just like looking, and he just suddenly just tries to crack through the glass, and it starts cracking. And that shit's cracking like more, and I start like trying to run away, and as I get out, I see it, like as I like close the door, just the whale come through, and so I close the door, and I like close the door, and everyone's out there like peacefully, like la 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 la, like you know what I mean? They don't know, and I'm like, there's a fucking like this whale, and this is my dream, bro.
He's about to fucking kill you, no.
This whale was chasing after us, right? And you're like, how? He's on land, bro. He was flopping, like boom, like just jumping
and smacking, and killing people,
like just forward, like boom. And I was like running, and I remember I saw my brothers there, right? And they had skateboards, and I didn't know how to skateboard at the time, right?
Yeah.
And so they gave me a skateboard, and they had a skateboard,
and they all ran
and
away.
they fucking just
and you're like, I don't know, I can't put my foot on it. No.
Yes, I tried, and then I realized I was going slower than if I just ran, and so I just fucking just got off the board. I started running. I saw Pajama Sam's car, bro.
Pajama Sam.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I started seeing like childhood fucking like things that like I play with that. I was like, and I remember that like I got to a point where there was hedges, and I saw the whale coming, and I just snuck in between the hedges. Like the wall's right here and the hedges are right here. I got in between like where the wall and the hedges were, and I just stayed there until the whale passed. And the dream ended soonly after that, but it was like, bro, I was scared as fuck seeing that whale was chasing after me. That was the most scared I ever was, like that feeling of fear, and it was in a dream. It's funny.
It reminds me of the video game Resident Evil. Like in the mansion, the first one, you go underground,
Oh yeah.
and like you go like an underground facility, like in the back of the cabin. Like there's a mansion, right? But you go the back exit,
Yeah.
and then there's a cabin. You go in the cabin, you open a bookcase, you go down some hidden ladder shit. And there's a secret lab where they test on sea creatures. Like they test on sharks, trying to create a bioweapon for a shark. The Neptune. They call it the Neptune. Yeah. And then like
I would call it Poseidon.
Dude, at first, like you know, the water's full, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't really run, you know, because it's water.
Oh,
and then,
so it made it harder to run on.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you have to fucking like run away from the fucking sharks that could swim and shit. And like one of them does an instant kill that just grabs you and just takes you and kills you.
Oh,
But
hell no.
what you gotta do is you gotta drain the water, and you go to this one room, and then it's like the control facility, right?
Yeah.
And it's like what you said, like a big glass, like windows and shit.
Yeah.
And then you see like all the fishes, like an aquarium.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start like try to drain that shit, they
see
start
the shit.
smacking that shit, bro. They start smacking.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I never played that game, but that's exactly what
they
it
start
dude,
smacking.
that would have scared the shit out of me, man. If I was,
Yeah, dude, and there's like a percentage, like the shield is like 30%. They smack again, like 50%.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like a sequence on the panels. You have to find the right sequence, and then you have to go back to pull the lever and shit, bro.
but
And-
then it drains the
yeah,
the
it
aquarium
drains
that they're in,
everything,
you
and
see
then
them like
yeah,
okay.
and then you go to the bottom floor and you see them flopping like
Yeah.
like, you could like kill them and shit.
You know, it's funny, like, cause I like playing games like realistic, like role play. Like it's the only part of being a child that I still like hold on to. Whereas like make believe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I play role play and I really play make believe. Like when I played Skyrim, he slept. He was a well slept man. Every time it was nighttime, oh, stop the journey, go into the nearest tavern and sleep, bro. Like I was literally like that, you know? And then, but I feel like it gives games such an experience, bro. If I would have been cussing at them sharks, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, motherfucker.
That's
Trying
how-
to break the window on me.
That's how I felt with RuneScape back in the day, dude. RuneScape, dude, that game had a marketplace where people could like sell items in game, and you will buy it.
I wish Skyrim
game.
was RuneScape.
Dude,
You get what I mean?
RuneScape was
like I wish it was that
insane, bro.
quality, that like style of like
game.
bro. RuneScape, like if they went first person, and they
VR RuneScape,
man, that would be so fun, dude. Does that exist? VR RuneScape?
No.
Oh, because it sounds like it, bro. It sounds like $1 million idea.
Dude, it sounds like $1 billion.
That would put
idea.
Fortnite out of business,
dude. I would put, if that was a stock, I'll put my whole fucking month, fucking everything, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, that shit has to happen. Because RuneScape, bro. Like, dude, I would be like, fuck,
So
I
crazy.
can't do this quest. I need this one item. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
I go to the market. I see someone just sold that shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Dude.
That's perfect, bro.
And you just buy that shit, dude. Oh my god, I love that game.
It's a good game,
I
man.
love that game because there was an area where you could kill each other, like
Oh.
the wilderness.
Yeah, inside the wilderness, inside that little
Like the forest area.
yeah. But there was that little base in the forest area, like where you go to like that's where the real hub is.
That's where one of my fucking quests led me to this one
exactly.
castle where these fucking monsters were high ass level. I lost all my shit.
Bro,
when you die, you lost
You
all your
lose your
shit.
shit,
You have
yeah.
to push it in the bank so
Yeah.
you don't lose it, bro. Dude.
How good is that game?
Dude, that game
How good is that?
So,
How good is that
my
idea? Because they're like, oh, you're gonna
God.
lose your dude. Because that's crazy. I like that idea though, the bank shit, man.
Dude, honestly, like RuneScape, if they did a Pokemon game like that, dude. Oh no, shit, my bad.
Like Pokemon Go or
No, like dude, have you played Pokemon version blue and like version like silver?
I
those Game Boy games.
I never played it for like more than an hour of one game, but I have played it. You know what I mean?
It's like that.
Like
It's
picking
it's
your
an
first
RPG.
Pokemon. I've done that.
Exactly.
Going through the bushes and shit. But
And
then
you train them, bro. You catch a Pokemon, and then that Pokemon you catch, you train that shit. You keep fighting wild Pokemon until it's a high ass level,
I
bro.
remember when I was a kid, I didn't like it because it was like it reminded me of Final Fantasy. I don't like the turn-based
the
thing
RPG
like that.
style.
I played Mega Man.
Yeah.
Because there was like 8 Mega Mans, and the 8th one had
funny.
2 different versions. Like it was.
There was a Mega
Yeah.
Man that was a turn-based though.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, there was. I remember I played one. There was a Mega Man where you're like X and Mega Man, and he was a turn-based like that and shit.
Oh yeah, because I like the way the Mega Man mechanics was for the Game Boy, like at least or the further, because I didn't play the first or second one, so maybe I can imagine them revamping it like by the third one. Yeah. But on the third one, like there was 9x9, and then 9x9, 3x3, and then 3x3, right on the enemy side. And so your 3x3, you can move like up, left, down, right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they're on that side, and you're supposed to shoot them and avoid their hits and stuff like that.
You could charge up your fucking weapon and shit. Like you just hold B and charges it up. Like,
yeah, bro. It was crazy. There was different weapons though. Like there was the slashing ones, and when you killed someone, you would get their power. You know what I mean? Or like every time you finished killing an enemy, you would get like one thing that you could add to your chip collection. Yeah. And then you could have it, and you're just like.
That was badass, bro.
That shit was cool.
Yeah, that was badass. I remember I played Mega Man X, and there was a penguin, the first boss. Dude, it took me years to beat that motherfucker. Literally years. Yeah. Because he did. Yeah, dude. Because when you're a kid, bro, like you're like, oh fuck, how do I beat him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Because they make it specific. Yeah. Because honestly, I feel like Nintendo was targeted for older teens. I don't think it was targeted towards the kids, but man, we got them.
They were targeted towards kids like early 90s, but then they saw the PlayStation and shit, and they're like, okay, we got to make this a little bit more like.
But I feel like because Nintendo, I feel like they went younger. Yeah. I feel because older kids, teenagers were the ones who played Kong, like jumping over the fucking barrel. You know what I mean? Older ones are the ones that played Pac-Man and shit like that. Kids, they have whatever fun, but not like, it wasn't like what adults made it to be. And I feel like Nintendo, as the generations went on, like I feel like Game Boy was made for adults. You know what I mean? And that's why they were a little more difficult. And then GameCube came out and games became easy.
I think games became easy because...
or for Nintendo at least.
Especially right now. Like everything's free, you know what I mean? Everything's free. People like don't want to play hard games, bro. Like I don't know. People just became like so spoon fed, you know what I mean? With like here, go right there. Here's a power up, you know? Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's what's wrong with today's society.
Yeah, that is, bro. Like this God of War game,
they just give you shit,
dude. This God was the first game in a long time. I felt a challenge, you know what I mean? A good challenge, like. I guess those Dark Souls games have those challenges too.
Yeah, but see, those are the games that are targeted for adults, which I feel like it's best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those games. Yeah, I agree too. It has more like thought to it.
Back then you had to fucking make 1,000,000 points to get an extra life.
For Pac-Man?
For any game, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you had to get a certain amount. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or even pinball and shit like that. Like you had to earn that extra ball. You know what I mean? They don't. Now they're just giving it. Like here's your extra turn.
Now it's just like, Battle Royale, just like being number one, which I think is cool. You know what I mean? I think Battle Royale is fucking sick.
Yeah. It's like immediately I fell in love with it. From when Fortnite was the first game I saw.
Yeah. It's like if 100 people played Mario 64, and they're all Mario and they're trying to kill each other, and the best Mario wins. You know what I mean?
Mario Party. Yeah. I don't know if you ever played that. Yeah, it's best played with a group of friends. Because dude, that game, it just like Mario Kart. It fucks whoever's in first place. You get me? Yeah. And it will treat good whoever's in last. You get me? So it could turn on a second, man. Like I've had it where I've had the least amount of stars, but because of like, I rolled like this and I did this and the bad luck star, like they gave me a bunch of shit and fucking I ended up winning, bro.
Mario Party 6. Mario in general is the shit, bro.
Imagine that with like 50 people, like the way Fall Guys is, bro. But that would be, I guess, long turns, huh?
I guess, on the Switch there is like some type of Mario Battle Royale. Mm-hmm. It's basically everyone plays. There's 50 people. They play the same level over and over again until like a hard ass level. You know what I mean? Like a custom made, like fan made level.
Oh, of Mario?
Yeah. Because fans can now make levels.
Yeah. No, I know. I've seen that. Yeah. I that's a skill that I don't even think I'm gonna start to learn.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
That is a skill.
That there are people who, when they see that, this must mean for me to grab this shell. I would not even get past the first jump.
Dude, Mario.
With some of these
hard Mario levels are a fucking mind fuck, bro. They are, bro. I've seen them, not, bro.
I'm like, I could never. Like, I would never.
Dude, if you're trying to beat a Mario game, it is a challenge, bro. I tried to beat Mario the Nintendo Wii one, and dude,
oh my god,
dude, honestly,
I guess Mario got a little harder. Mario got harder.
It was a journey, bro. It was a fucking journey.
But I was saying about old games. Mario did get harder. Just like playing Super Mario. Like, because Mario Sunshine, it was easy. Like, Mario Galaxy was too easy. I don't know if you ever played those games. because that was like the Wii. Which
Mario Galaxy.
You ever played Mario Galaxy?
I played it like in Best Buy in the demos.
But it was too easy, right? It was too like.
It felt too easy.
It was just too.
It was too like
It was gimmicky. It was too gimmicky. You know what I mean?
It wasn't like Mario 64 where it was like classic environments,
moving
like
forward, back, super jumps, bounce off the wall, fucking you flying with your hat. That's that's OG, bro. Man.
I like that they kept the super jump, the one dong. That's something. I like when games have mechanics that are similar. You know, we're like, it's so like you go back to a game 20 years later. It's like, oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember that.
That's what I like about certain games. That you could hop onto like, oh man, I haven't played this version. Like, let's say Tekken, for instance. You get me?
Yeah.
And you play a character that you know, right?
Yeah.
Not all the combos will work. But man, some of the combos, and it'll be the long ones too, and you'll be like, and they'll be like, what the fuck? And you're like, I mean, it's the same, same moves.
Man, video games, do impress me, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, video games. I like the community-based thing around it.
Yeah.
I never got like, I don't ever really exactly want to, but got sucked in super like to gaming culture. The most I did was like watching Overwatch League. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, see, like I'm actually going out of my way to like watch a game. You know what I mean?
Not just any game. It's a league.
It's a league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like EA Sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm watching the competition of the game. Like I don't watch like League of Legends. I always saw it and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna play it. I never realized how sick it was. Apparently.
Really, League of Legends? Like that PC game, huh?
Yeah, that one where it's like there's mad tournaments and it's mad like strategy based and it's they like there's so much money. Like I can't believe how much money on the line is to gaming.
Dude, like I'm not gonna. You remember back then you said like I don't want to play Pokemon because I don't want to get too invested in that. Because that's something I'll get. That's how I feel about League of Legends.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes.
I don't want to get
so many things that like, and I really wish I could just like fucking like Naruto like duplicate myself and just fucking
That's how I feel like every time I see two good ass orders are going two different directions, bro. I'm like,
I would abuse it. I would definitely abuse it.
No, bro.
They'll be like, you have 120 of yourselves working at the same time. And none of them are with your kids. What's wrong?
And none of them are with your kids. No. Like, listen, my kids will have a good ass college.
Yeah, exactly. Okay? No, they need to understand this lesson.
You understand life is work. And then they grow up like,
you're gonna Andrew Tate them and shit.
Always work.
You gotta live a hard life.
You gotta live a hard life if you want to be a man.
You want to be a man? You want to be a top G?
You gotta survive. You gotta survive hard shit as a man.
Gonna be poor. I was poor.
Honestly, that is kind of some Patrice O'Neal shit. You know what I mean? Like
he has his way of saying it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I felt Patrice O'Neal was very calm and collected when he said it.
It was a comic.
I
was saying it like a comic.
It was almost, but I don't want to say like a preacher, but you're right. A comic is the best way to say it.
Yeah, because he was a comic. It was always funny.
Because he is. He was.
Yeah, it was making a point, but also saying it in a funny fucking way where
everyone understands.
And his comedy style was like it was so charismatic. Like you couldn't really be mad at him for the way he was telling the truth. You know what I mean?
Because he's being honest, and none of it was malicious.
Nah.
If you look at it, none of it was like even when he's saying you fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, exactly.
It's either with love or it's like teasing you about something, but it's never like, oh, dude, you're a fuck you fucking cocksucker.
It was always funny, man. It was always funny. Like Andrew Tate kind of does the same thing where like it's not malicious. Yeah. It's just the truth, Like he's not saying like I hate women. He's just saying like relationships work better when the man is in control and shit.
I just hope that gets more people to listen to Patrice O'Neal. Like people need to be posting Patrice O'Neal clips the way they be fucking like posting Andrew Tate. Do you know what I mean? I should be seeing like Patrice O'Neal's philosophy and just his wisdom.
It's a pyramid scheme.
Just as much as, but that's the thing. Like he has like a whole system of
pyramid scheme, bro. Like it's crazy. Like people like who like subscribe to the link they saw on the video, like they get money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got and I wonder how many people.
And then they have to recruit people.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. That shit is kind of crazy.
But it's funny how like this guy made a class where he's like, yo, pay me. All right, now this is what you gotta do, man. You want to make some money? Yo, put content of me. You know why it's genius? Because the reason why he says he can't get canceled is because if they take down one account,
so many more.
3 more accounts are being created. Do you get what I mean?
It's like a market.
Yeah,
it's a market.
And
he created a market.
He understood like he looked at social media and he was like, how can I get it? He's like, I need everyone to post to me. How do I get everyone to post to me? Do you get me?
He monetized it. How did they monetize it though? How, like, is there a way that you could make money and not take the course? You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, pretty much, yeah. I'm pretty sure if you, I mean, like anything, you could learn anything from college without actually paying for college as long as you just do what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that'd be cool if like we had like a song or something and we get like bots, like thousands of bots, and just like fucking that just like shares it over time. You know, it creates different accounts and just shares it over time and share like a funny video, like a viral video. You know what I mean?
That's true. We gotta start thinking of marketing plans too.
Yeah,
that's something I haven't even thought about. All I've been thinking about is actually just doing it.
Yeah.
But now the next step is actually like,
well, like we could do that shit, but like how we gotta get it out there.
Yeah.
How do we get it out to the people? We like bots.
But that's a good. I like that system though, because the bots, right, are actually real people. They're real people like who paid for his course. Like when you see one of those things. Right? It will always say, just look at the name. It's always a different name. And it's always something derivative of Tate. It's something to like, you know what I mean? Just catch people like, because his thing is like, yo, do this, you get subscribers, right? You get subscribers, now you get views, right? And it's shorts, right? He's probably, the thing is that they're doing shorts. You don't get paid for shorts unless people actually go to your page and watch the shorts. You know that?
Really?
So if you have shorts, right? And if someone like is watching your shorts just happen to come by it and they watch it like 100 times, you get paid for 0 times. You know what I mean? But if they go onto your account and they watch it 1 time, you already got paid more than if the other way.
That's fucking sick.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know that though. How many times I've seen a video over and over again, didn't even click on the account.
Yeah, like that's the thing. When I've seen a video where I'm like, this is amazing short here, I go on the account and I actually like make sure it's the account. I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, and then I click on it and I watch it like a couple times, and I'll just go on their shit for a bit, just a bit, however much I feel like, all right. So I'm like, all right, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and then I unsubscribe and take my views back.
The bots is a good idea. I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of things we could do.
Well, see, here's the thing: is that look,
we could get creative with how we.
If we perform in places, we tell them to go on our YouTube to watch us, right? Because they're gonna go there trying to watch our music, right? Yeah. But then connected to our music account will be the podcast account. Do you get me? And then they'll be like, "Oh, let me just listen to this." You know what I mean? Especially if we put a good title for like what we're discussing, and people will be like, you know what? Let me just see what this is about.
And we could live stream our live performances too.
Yeah, that too.
And we could get bots to share that live stream link. You know what I mean?
I wonder, like, to be honest, I'm gonna tell you when it comes to bots, I don't know, like, I'm so ignorant. I would say I don't know anything about bots.
Because we could reach more people.
Like, where do you get one? You know what I mean?
I have no idea.
You know, it's like when
my brother would know, though.
It's like when it came to smoking weed, right? It's like when they're like, weed. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what about it? I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, where would you even get it? I don't even know where to start. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
I don't even know. Like, it has to start from somewhere.
Once we figure it out, bro, it's gonna be something that is fit. Like
I'm gonna use them to buy shoes.
we totally gonna take that shit over, bro. You know what I mean? Oh my god, dude, that's so fucking funny, man. Oh, dude, here, take this. Take that shit. Yeah, man, but we should start looking into that, like bots and like.
Your brother knows more, like when it comes to like if I were to think of who in my life do I know that's most technologically advanced. It'd be your brother. Yeah. And it's really, it's like, I don't know a lot because I'm not that. I'm so obtuse. So I don't know anybody. There's no one around me that knows it. And even if they did, I wouldn't know because they don't mention it. You know what I mean?
My brother does know that shit.
But that's the thing with him, it's like when you talk about it, I'm like, damn. I'm like, so this guy, he's one of those people who he's computer's life.
Yeah.
And because that is the future.
Yeah.
Like literally, people in the 1920s were talking about the future. He's literally in it.
That motherfucker was like Peter Parker trying to build a computer and shit. And like the computer he has right now, he built that shit. Like he got the frame of it, then he got the like motherboard, the CPU, the graphics card, the RAM, fan, all that shit. All that shit. He was like, "This is the best one for this, like the best fan." And oh, that shit's crazy, man.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, like for the same price you pay for like an Apple computer, you could build.
You could build it. No, exactly. Yeah. You just have to take the time and the energy. Which, you know what I mean? Like it would be a cool skill to learn, just to know how to build it. Like the same way I learned the basic functions of a car. You know what I mean? Like I know how, like, okay, this goes into this and goes into this, goes to this. I kind of want to know that with the computer too. You know? Because it is just what the motherboard, and then this connects to the motherboard, and this connects to that, and this connects.
Back another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it down real quick, so I don't drop it.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna lie, this heat and the fact that I haven't been awake for that I didn't get enough sleep, I feel real tired.
Yeah.
But like I like that I pushed through.
Yeah, the shade is real comfortable, huh? It's
because like
nice.
it's you just have to get your body used to like the temperatures. You know what I mean? I'm so used to just having the AC blasting, like all the time. All the way down on low 60, bro. So my body is used to like 60 degrees. I get home, I turn on the AC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I need to get used to the heat again.
I hate the heat, honestly. To be honest, I can't stand it.
Like when you get used to it, though, then it doesn't feel that bad. But I mean, it doesn't make it like good.
Yeah,
it doesn't make it good. It just makes it less bad.
It kind of pushes you. For me, it kind of does. Like when I'm working and I'm like, I get into my car and like it just been sitting there just tenderizing. Yeah. You know, the inside, and you get in there, it's like.
But then your body gets used to it pretty quick, like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, once you turn on the AC.
Once you turn on the AC, dude. But sometimes, like, you turn on the AC, it's like
it's even hotter.
It's still hot. It's still hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get ready for that shit, bro.
Oh my god.
Like a No Man's Sky. You know how you have to jump away from the radiation when you open the cargo thing?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like I jump in, I turn on the AC, I jump out.
You know, like what we do is pretty cool, man. You know, like we're kind of just like not freelancing it, but like. You know, like, we're kind of like the masters of our own domain. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. Before the pandemic, I was getting, like, I don't want to say I was getting paid good because it wasn't, like, good, but I was working a lot of hours. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, pretty much, like, certain days, like, 12 hours. So, almost, like 60 hours a week, like 62 hours a week,
yeah,
right?
just working, yeah.
And then, and I was getting paid under the table, allegedly, and for both jobs. You know what I mean?
You were in tax.
You know, so I was able to get all that money, all of it, deliciousness. You get me?
It's pretty good.
And I had that set up for about a month, not even a month, probably like 2-3 weeks, when I heard about where I drove by the 101 and I saw coronavirus. And I was like, Corona, nigga? I prefer fucking Dos Equis, you know what I mean?
I prefer Dos Equis, Dos Equis virus. That would have
been exactly.
Sure.
Like I was looking at that shit. I was like, yeah, but that should have been Lagunitas fucking virus, but how long that shit lasted, bro. That shit hit 805 fucking virus, man. That shit was terrible, bro. And then I remember just like everyone being afraid of the virus and being like, bro, man, do you remember Ebola? Do you remember the swine flu? Yeah, I lived through that. You know what I mean? And then other people who were older than me, I lived through the AIDS scare, right? And all that shit. And I was like, all right, cool. So it's nothing. And then they closed down the library. And I was like, oh, it's Beverly Hills. And then they closed down the bars. And I worked in Beverly Hills and I worked at a bar.
No.
So literally within the same day, I lost both my jobs. Both of them, bro. I was like, what? They're like, well, and this is what they said. Don't worry, like in 2 weeks, you know, we'll hit you back up because, you know, this shit's going to be over in 2 weeks.
We're just going to have a 2-week vacation, guys. It's chill.
I was like, I did not appreciate it still, nonetheless, but I was like, fuck it, whatever.
2 weeks.
It was like a couple days after when they were like, oh, this shit's going to be until like at least June, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember when they were saying, oh yeah, we'll have a cure in 18 months. And I said, I can't wait 18 months. Literally. I'm like, I can't wait 18 months. You fucking retarded, bro.
Yeah.
You silly.
Dude.
Man, you can't. There's no way. There's no way, man. You could like I can wait 18 months before I started working, man. Thank goodness I had a car, and I signed up for DoorDash. Thank you. Thank you. At least I was able to work, bro. And that started the new, like, I just want to work for myself. Any job that I've had, I'm like, I could make more doing this, you know, doing driving or doing whatever, Insta work, you know what I mean? Or SRO, like, you know what I mean? Like,
SRO is still happening?
No, but it reminded me of SRO, like that like, you just go there, you just get, you're having fun. Like, it didn't even feel like work.
That's what it is, man. You're
that's getting paid, yeah. And SRO is cash, dude. You know what? I feel like they're the ones who brought coronavirus, because as soon as they started doing them checks, man, coronavirus happened immediately, bro. And I didn't get paid for one of those shows.
Have you been in a SRO after that shit?
No, you need a vaccination.
Really?
And I don't have a vaccination card.
And you need to show it every time?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, and it has to be the date, and then it has to be within like a couple weeks or whatever. I mean, I don't know if they still do that, but that's what they say on the website. I gotta go check.
It has to be within weeks too?
Yeah, like it's or whatever the timeline is. I don't remember, but that's how it was at first. You had to get it like, you know what I mean?
Well, it sounds like we enjoyed the last strides of SRO, the last great days of it anyways. I'm glad we did.
You know what?
I'm glad we did.
I like the people attracted.
Yeah.
They were broke people, man. Yeah. Just like me at the time, man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was dead,
broke people, ready to do anything. Ready to do anything. And having the most fun. Like, we're out here getting paid. Like, oh, that's such a good vibe, bro. Everyone was dancing. Everyone was just, like, you were, like, making friends, not even knowing their name. You need that energy, you know what I mean? Like, man, that was so much fun. It felt like a party. Like, I remember,
felt like a party.
Like, one time, like, I was outside my job at Starbucks at, like, 30 grand. And then I was just walking, and then someone was like, hey. And I looked, and it was a girl from the show who like, was near me for, like, Let's Dance, or, no, not Let's Dance, fucking World of Dance.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the hell? Like, yo, like, that's so crazy seeing you. You know what I mean? And then it's like, all right, goodbyes, but it's like, that's so funny. You know what I mean?
That is pretty fucking sick.
And those moments are like, yeah, see, like it reminded me of school, where it's like you see a bunch of people who you see not all the time, but a lot of the time. You get what I mean?
And it's like in a city, so it feels more real.
Yeah, and then yes, exactly. It felt like real. It felt like school of
real life,
of 7 million people or whatever. You know what I mean?
It felt like a California story, a Los Angeles story. Yeah, man, that shit is like, that shit was cool. That was pre-pandemic shit, bro.
That was fun.
We got the last strides of that shit,
bro.
That
was literally some of the greatest times.
The last strides of that shit.
Yeah,
man. The Four.
Apparently, dude, on TV. Like, I've seen. Have you ever seen it on TV?
I saw clips of it, not on TV.
It's tacky, man.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm pretty sure the editing sucks ass.
No, this is how quick it is. They're like, all right, guys, what do you want? Eat. No, I'm sorry. You know, into the next shit. You know what I mean? Like, eat. You know how, like, with us, they hyped it up for like 7 minutes. Eat. And it sounded so much louder. Like.
So they only used us for like not even a lot of seconds.
Yeah, because most of it is just them making their comments, right?
Yeah.
The singer singing, right, and the music never sounds as loud. Never sounds as loud on TV as it's gonna sound live, bro.
They had crazy speakers. They had surround
sound and blasting. And
the speakers they had were honestly the best speakers you could probably ever hear right now, man.
Yeah,
the way their speakers.
Yeah, their speakers.
Dude, their speaker system was fucking surrounded a bowl, like the bass speakers, and then the high top speakers. Yeah, dude,
it was so nice. It sounded so good. It never sounded bad except when fucking fucking Dakota or whatever.
French Montana?
Yeah, that nigga, dude. Remember, were you there when he performed, bro?
He performed a lame-ass song that sucked ass.
And his performance of it, though.
Oh, his performance of it wasn't as good as other fucking performers. That's for
It was terrible.
Wasn't as good as even the lamest performer.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
He was there, like, his songs, everything was off-key. Everything was just terrible. He wasn't into it. He wasn't, like, giving energy. He was just, like, there just walking around like, all right, they made me do this. They made me put on a show for you guys. All right. I'm not even getting paid for this because I'm part of Diddy's label. You know what I mean? This is just a fucking favor. You know what I mean?
Are you serious?
I mean, probably. That's what I'm guessing. He's part of his label, so it's like he's part of Bad Boy Records, you know? At least at the time.
Was he?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody that was in Bad Boy Records, it sucks ass.
Everyone who was in Bad Boy Records was who you saw there, like MGK and fucking and his kids and shit like that.
Montana sucked ass. MGK's kids sucked.
No, fucking Diddy's kids.
Oh. Well, Diddy, I don't know. Diddy's kind of funny, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that motherfucker made me laugh. Like he was like,
yeah. You know who made me laugh, but you could tell it wasn't his intentions. His intentions was to inspire.
That weird motherfucker.
No, fucking DJ Khaled, bro. Fucking DK, man.
Was he he was a fucking judge, huh?
Bro, remember that? Dude, he shook his hand, nigga. You almost pulled that nigga off the stage. He said, nigga, over here.
Yang.
Dude. Yeah, it's crazy how like you forget some of those memories when you meet certain people like that. It was like it's like, what the hell? Like, yo, I actually met that guy. Like Neo and shit. Like, I shook his hand when his leg was broken and shit. He was a judge on, you know. I was like, hey, thanks for being
his leg was broken?
Yeah, he was just like a judge, but his like leg was broken for I forgot how. You know what I mean? And then like he was just walking by, and then I was just, hey man, thanks for being an honest judge, you know. And he was like, yeah man. And then I was like,
that's right.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's right.
That's what I like about SRO too, you know. It just puts you like right there with them, you know what I mean? It was just fun, you know. For I was gonna say for free, but we were getting paid.
We got paid good money, dude.
We got paid decent money because we'd be there late.
Sometimes I walk away with like $80, you know.
Dude, sometimes like over 100 when it was over like over
when
like
it was before. I got paid 120, 130 was probably the most, bro. Like honestly, dude, I picked up like an eighth
because there was no lunch or anything, bro. It was just like, yeah, we need you guys to just stay working.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Sometimes SRO would be the only thing that would pay me to like get
just
my weed,
to survive, bro. I swear.
Yeah, I get a combo and
I'd
I
be
get
in that
some
spectate line, bro.
Yeah, and I'd probably be able to get like a snack after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit.
Fuck, SRO, honestly, man, I thank God for SRO, man. That shit came through in some of the hardest times, bro. And you needed money right then and there, bro, and you went there spectating, and they were like, yo, come in. Yes.
SRO itself was just kind of inspiring, you know. You kind of saw how they did it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You saw how they did it.
So we know a little more than anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody from like Nebraska, like a gribble grobble, you know what I mean? Fucking gribble.
Go just swaying side to side, fucking arms and shit.
Dude, his fucking weird ass beats that made no fucking sense.
Bro, literally the rhythm, fucking.
There was no rhythm.
Yeah, there's no fucking drums going in 7/8 while the rest of the beats going fucking in 9/4. None of the measures made sense, bro.
I don't even think he even attended any of that. It was just like, yeah, I'm gonna put this right there. Okay, I'll just put this right here.
Yeah, I like to think that because like you performed kind of late because you just showed up, right? Everyone else like showed up early to sign up early to get a big crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you just showed up, so like everyone already performed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then you just showed up, bro, and you just fucking flexed your wrists on some kids, man. Boom! That shit was sick, bro.
That was cool.
And even that tall bitch was like over there. She was like, hey.
That tall Amazonian bitch.
Yeah. If she wasn't with her friends, like if she was there by herself, she would have just stayed talking to bro.
Yeah.
But she had to go with her friend. She couldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That was a fun night. I'm not gonna lie. Performing was kind of cool, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then that's how we'll be able to promote the podcast. Live performances. Yeah. I like just the prospect of that. But of course, like the bots is a good idea too, though.
The bots is a great idea.
Because especially like it's like we're in the beginning phases. You get me? Like mid game is like that's the mid game idea of fucking when we're performing. Just be like, hey guys, go to this YouTube channel. It's us. And then they go there to see our music. Not only do they get the music, they also get.
And then once they see our YouTube, then like we will be within their algorithm. We'll be within their algorithm.
That's the thing, man. Cause like, there's this kid Jack Stauber. I shouldn't say kid. He's our age. Well, he's my age. Fucking. it's crazy. Like he used to just make videos that like with just whatever equipment he had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is that it wasn't like great equipment. It was like old equipment. Like I would even say like 80s. You know what I mean? Late 80s, early 90s, and shit like that. You know what I mean? But he was still able to make music and like videos and stuff like that. And like he made enough videos where it's like you could literally watch like he has like 2-minute videos, but you could watch it for like hours. You know what I mean? He just has like thing after thing after thing, and then so much so that eventually he made fucking a show on, oh not a show, but a little short 1-episode series on Adult Swim.
That's pretty cool. And like
a short movie, I should say.
Like the equipment
short film
he used was like the style of like art, like within the film. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the grain, the texture of the video, the sound. Yeah, that was just like his style.
Yeah, Jack Stauber was something crazy, bro.
That kind of just makes me want to just use my phone as a camera and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it starts with just doing it. And like Mr. B said, you know, you just, everything that you make, you invest into better equipment. And then eventually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then we'll just have the equipment.
Then we'll have the camera right there.
And the thing is, when people watch episode 1, they'll be like, dude, look at the, you know what I mean? But people will want to see that shit too, you know what I mean? Because that's some lore.
That is some lore.
You know what I mean? People are like, man, I can't believe they talked about this so early or whatever, you know what I mean? Like some idea that ends up being made fucking way down the line, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think that's a great idea. I mean, that's something to like prosper to. You know, every day we work for that.
Yeah,
you know
and, and the next one's always a little better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just work, just make it a little better, a little
bit more better.
You know,
yeah,
exactly. A little better this
Getting
okay,
better every
you know?
time. Exactly.
Well, now I'm using this, but eventually I'll have the double keyboard stand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And shit like that.
Exactly.
It will be so fucking legendary, man.
Dude, that shit will be dope. I kind of can't wait for that shit to happen. To be honest.
Can't wait back. We're gonna like have people listening to our first show with us. We're gonna be cringy like, oh bro, look at us. Oh my god.
We're gonna be listening to this right now.
I can't believe it.
I'm so high.
But it's just the more we do this, the more practice we get, bro.
I want to like get my electric guitar.
Oh yeah, you want to get the? Oh, I thought you were gonna bring it down.
It works. It's just that the bottom bolt where like the guitar strap needs to be like hooked on, and like there's a buzzing on like the fret, like the first fret. Want to fix that if that could be fixed.
Imagine buying tools and stuff like that.
And just fixing it myself.
Yeah, just like buying the materials, like, and then because knowing like because I'm pretty you like know all the things that make up of an electric guitar. You know what I mean?
Not really. Like there's like a couple of components like the technical stuff, you know what I mean, like the wiring and all that stuff. Right. There's some people that hella engineer their shit.
Oh, I get you.
You know what I mean? Like so their pickups sound a little different. You know what I mean? There's some people that like do crazy shit. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean now.
But like I got this guitar from a dude that like kind of customized it, but like he kind of fucked up like the bottom bolt. So I want to see if like they can fix it. But if they can't, then I'll just use one of my dad's. Or I have another guitar like in there. I'll just fix that one. It's a Floyd Rose, meaning the pickup is bolted. So it has a whammy system. So it's bolted so it doesn't like go out of like off tune like as easy as if it wasn't.
I get what you mean, because if you do the whammy and it gets stuck like in a thing, well, whammy it's gonna sound that tune the entire time.
Well, like whammy itself just like detunes the shit out of the guitar. Exactly.
That's why. So if you just get stuck in a little thing, it's like having a trombone. And you slide in, but the thing is just it leaves you a little bit out.
Exactly. So like I have some maybe like I need to see like if there's any missing parts or whatever. Maybe I can use that one. Because I want to, because this guitar right here is good guitar, but like, what I want to do like a lead, like more of a lead sound instead of like a rhythm sound. like it's kind of like not really the guitar for that because there's two.
It's a surround sound
exactly
guitar.
exactly.
When you want to sound like there's multiple people playing.
Dude, exactly. Yeah, like this is it could be a good pad system.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a good pad. Like you just put a bunch of reverb, maybe add some like flangers so it gives it a little bit more character. You know what I mean? This could sound like a trippy ass pad.
That'd be interesting. I can imagine that. It's like you just record like different like chords.
Yeah.
And then you use that chord as the sound, and then you manipulate that, and then like when you're like, oh, we need a D chord, you just get that and then tune it to the fucking, you know what I mean?
You could also do that, dude. Honestly, you could like cut each chord and then like you could like put it onto the MPC and you could just tap the chords and shit. You could just add your own different like system. You can even do that. Copy this chord, like you like, oh, this one has like a minor, third and like a flat 9. I like this sound. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want another chord like this, like you know, just to the 5th of it or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? That you could do that and just have it, instead of recording it, you already have it recorded, manipulated like that. Yeah, you could do a bunch of shit like that. Yeah, man. Like, hell yeah, dude. Like, nowadays, like, instruments like this are more like a bass sound you record just so you can manipulate shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I like. I like just that, I used to be very, like, kind of against, like, all of this new age music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, you know, the trumpet,
like real music,
the trumpet, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's a real instrument.
You know, that's kind of how I felt. You know? It was very extremely biased because I was a trumpet player. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, I mean, I can't believe like being a trumpet player is very like wanted. You know what I mean?
It makes sense. I mean, the music nowadays and the music back then aren't even the same. Music nowadays like use sound as like more of like a texture, like exactly a structure, a color, like more of like just like a splat. While music back then was like, oh, I want to play like this scale, you know, like people like played their instruments, so they're like
they came up with chord progressions.
Exactly,
and stuff like
musicianship
that.
was like very like
in the 70s and 80s, those guitarists are some of the best guitarists of all time.
Exactly.
New guitarists could try to play, but I don't see any of them making a dent like the way that they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like especially like in like soul and like funk and like they're like, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's some good guitar players. Like you see some YouTube people.
Oh yeah.
You see them tapping and shit, bro.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. That's the thing. It's like it sucks because they mastered a craft.
Yeah.
That just happened to be like I don't want to say it became irrelevant, but now it became a backup instrument, a background instrument. You know what I mean? When it used to be the lead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because rock and roll was like more of like the sound. But then again, think about it, bro. If you think about it, electronic music has been popular since the 60s because that's when rock and roll had distortion. You were able to make the guitar sound like more than like just a regular like stringed instrument.
Yeah, like when you get to the chorus, you could change it up, and now it sounds like a completely different thing.
Especially when like Jimi Hendrix came out, he did some crazy shit with the guitar. He just like he made sounds. You know what I mean? Like he made shit like with the synthesizer.
He showed guys, this is what you can do. Dude. You can bend it like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You can play like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You can play over here.
Dude, he fucking put the guitar next to the amp and it made like a feedback.
Yeah, the feedback, bro.
Dude, that's all of this shit he did, bro, is no different than like you have a sequencer and then you just go to the cutoff. You're like, what?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like the same kind of energy.
He's the legend, bro. That's like music changed, bro. Music changed with him, like, and then it changed. Like it's crazy how it always changes with every generation. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he came and he changed music, bro.
He came and he changed
music. It was one way.
He changed.
And then he came in.
He changed it.
And it became
another.
It became what everyone else became. Do you get what I mean?
He like paved the road for like Led Zeppelin, for fucking like Van Halen.
Yeah, man.
For metal.
Dude.
Even like
all
fucking
of that,
like
Metallica or anything.
Like funky music, you know, like he brought that funk, you know, that psychedelic funk vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
And dude, that motherfucker, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, that's electronic music right there. That's using an electronic system to enhance like the notation and like the technique that you're using, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to give it a different sound, you know? And like there was like there were synthesizers back then, but it was too like, you know, bass computery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's at the beginning stages. You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's just imagine like the synths that are getting built now are probably so powerful, and they compact it. Like they probably learn how to get so much energy into like just a small little thing. You know what I mean? Just be
Dude, the synths nowadays, bro. I want to get that sub fatty, bro. That sub fatty is gonna be boom, 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 boom.
Dude, there's that one song. I forgot what it's called. But it's like T. I think it's the guy's name is T Wayne. It's called Freestyle or something like that. Part 2 or something like that. And dude, I can't. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to like show you because my speakers don't play 808. You know what I mean? On my phone.
Oh, but the 808 pad.
But there's some 808.
Yeah.
Like you need to hear it, bro. Yeah, T Wayne Nasty Freestyle 2. Right? If you look at T Wayne Nasty Freestyle 2.
I like a good 808 pattern because when you hear it like in the car.
Yeah, dude. Look. I'm gonna tell you. Just listen to that one time.
I want to make the funkiest 808 patterns, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
It will inspire you. I'm telling you, man.
Like,
and because it reminded me of the bass styles that you would do. Do you get what I mean? Like he does some crazy stuff where you're like, oh, this is how you do it. I'll send it to you one time where it's like just be sure to watch it, man, because that shit, it goes crazy, man. It goes crazy. Not only just the beat, you know, like just his whole like flow and everything is nice, you know what I mean? But like that 808 is what, to me, what separated, where it's like, oh man, you gotta hear this. You know, because it reminded me of like the like similar 808s that you'd be playing.
You know what kind of helps me with music sometimes? Like when I'm like playing the guitar, like keys, or not even keys, but just like that Donnerson.
Yeah.
I look at my fingers and like if they're doing like a dance, if it looks like they're dancing, bro. Yeah. That's good, you know what I mean?
That is good. That's good.
Because people, if your fingers are dancing, people are like, oh.
No. Yeah, bro. I love shit like that. And I remember, like, when I first started playing keys, like, one of the things, because I didn't know, like, a lot to play, but I was like, I know I could at least try to play rhythmic stuff, right? So I play, like, a chord, and I'd be like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, you know, and I would separate it like in my head. I had to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and you know what I mean. And then eventually it got to a point where like I'd be able to play at like a really fast tempo, and it felt like it just felt like your head was just going like this, like doing like a flow. You know what I mean? Like it became a wave where it became like. You know how when you tune a guitar,
yeah,
and then go from flat and you tune it up and it's just perfect. And you're like, oh, like there's the tune. That's what it felt like with my fingers. Just like it was perfect. Yeah, it felt like the wind. Did you say it felt like the wind? Yeah, that's exactly how it felt.
Man, I love playing guitar. I love music. But you know what I mean? Just like the love for music, like changed how people made music.
Yeah,
like.
There's new technology, like the way Kanye West made music. You know what I mean?
Kanye West made music. You know what Kanye?
He heard different songs and was like, dude, you could put this song with this and this with this. Like imagine this with this, and made stuff like a pot. You know what I mean? He got tomatoes, he chopped them up. He got some onions, he chopped it up. Got some carrots, he chopped it up. You know what I mean? Made himself a stew, bro. You know?
That's pretty fucking sick.
That changed music too. That's why Kanye should feel the way he feels sometimes when he says like
I'm a
Shakespeare. You know what I mean? Walt Disney. You know what I mean?
He made something different.
Because he like literally. You know what I mean? Music was one way. You know what I mean? Like the way R. Kelly made R&B music. You know what I mean? He came in and he made hip hop, like what hip hop became. You know what I mean?
R. Kelly changed R&B, huh?
Yeah, that's what he did. That was his, like this thing. There's certain people who are legends, you know what I mean? Yeah. Same way Michael Jackson changed fucking pop, funk, and just like, you know what I mean? They call him king of pop, but man, he's the king of fucking soul, the king of funk, you know what I mean? It's because they have the godfather of soul, you know what I mean? So they don't want to give it to him like that.
He added like some type of like hip-hop, street vibe to like R&B.
And the percussions.
The percussions.
Dude, the little like I love the song "Wanna Be Starting Something." It's first song on the Thriller album, and that shit comes in smacking.
Oh, I was talking about R. Kelly.
Oh, you're talking about R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What about him?
Like he brought like some type of street hip hop vibe to like R&B.
It was like more melodic. I feel.
Yeah.
You get me? Because as much as like when Michael Jackson sings, it's very like very, you know,
like funky.
It's very. It sounds more like a horn. You know what I mean? The way a horn like. You know what I mean?
I got you.
It sounds like that. Wow, R. Kelly sounds like a flute player, man. He's but with the vocal cords of a fucking of a saxophone. You know what I mean?
I think I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, like his
it's just different.
Melodies are just more like melodic.
Yeah. And even his live performances, bro.
Yeah.
He's there like pouring his fucking his voice out and everything.
Very soulful.
Yeah.
Very soulful.
And all of the songs, he's like, I'm gonna start this song really fucking high.
Yeah.
And loud and hitting it's like a in between falsetto and your like the normal voice. Like it's just perfect boom, and he hits the notes like an instrument just.
And he did that because he was just a soulful singer, while Michael Jackson was more of a percussive singer.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
because even when he came up with songs, his fucking interview when this one chick she's like, I forgot what she asked. She asked a question, right? And he completely dismissed, like a politician, but completely dismissed her question and said, "Oh, it's kind of like," and just starts going into a beat, and a sick ass fucking beat, Michael Jackson style beat, and he's singing, and fucking it's just sick as fuck, and then it just ends, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, where'd the question go? You know what I mean? She asked the question, he's like, it kind of goes like, and you could tell that in that moment he felt like a rhythm, and he knew he's like, no, I got to do this right now. Like, you get me? Like fuck this interview right now.
Yeah.
I got to do this right now.
Yeah.
And then he did it, and it was like, oh my God, bro, that shit's amazing.
Michael Jackson, he was a king. He felt like a king. You know what I mean? He felt like no one could fuck with him.
Yeah,
he was Michael Jackson.
He went out like the other king, like the kings before him.
Exactly, by the Illuminati.
Yeah. Dude, that's the thing. No one ever talks about Elvis and the Illuminati, but what if?
I mean, he sold a lot of music, made a lot of money. You know what I mean? He probably got away with a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
When he died, I'm pretty sure a lot of people buy his shit. You know what I mean?
I think I don't know. How did they kill him? Like, why would they kill Elvis? You know what I mean? What did Elvis do to deserve?
Because Elvis lives.
Because Elvis was living.
Elvis lives.
Fuck Elvis. Yeah. Do you think there was just killing all these icons, trying to destroy something?
I remember when Prince died, they did that too. They were like, oh, he just bought his stuff. That he just bought the rights to his blah 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 blah. And then fucking they take him out.
Yeah. They killed him because he was gonna make a lot of money, I think.
That's what I'm saying. And if they here's the thing: if they can't frame you or blackmail you or anything, then they kill you, because they'd rather not go through all the hassle, or maybe they'd rather have a pawn that they could use later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they'll usually try to blackmail you or something. You know what I mean? They'll probably be like, hey, look at this. Hey, now you gotta do what we say. You know what I mean?
How did Prince die?
I mean, he was in the studio.
What do you mean?
He was he has a studio, I forgot exactly where, but he was inside of it, and then he just was found dead. And I think on overdosing, when people are like, Prince doesn't do drugs, or he stopped doing drugs fucking whatever, years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he overdosed?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Or he had a heart, it was something where people were very skeptical. Just how did he just die in the studio, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Prince doesn't die.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
He was alone in the studio, huh?
Yeah.
He didn't have no cameras or anything?
I don't think so. Imagine cameras went out.
They took out the cameras?
Yeah, it's the Illuminati.
Damn, that sucks. They mad fucking kill you if they can't own you.
Yeah. Because with Dave Chappelle, they try to do that. With him, they're like, oh, he does crack. You know what I mean? I remember being a kid, and I remember I remember my godfather and my cousin were very, very big fans of the Chappelle Show. Yeah. So I saw, obviously, like, you know, they're one of the millions of people who bought the season 2 DVD box set. You know what I mean? Each one of them had it. Everyone literally had it that they knew. Like, it was like a gift to give. You get what I mean? Like on so Christmas and funny, shit. Yeah. It was literally like people were just giving it like that. Yeah. And then I remember like my godmother making a comment like, "Oh, he's a crackhead though," and I remember my godfather being like, "Those that's just allegations." I didn't understand what that was or anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it was like that shit. Yeah, it's just bullshit. And I was just like, oh, my head. He was like, that's not, you know, like, you don't true. Know. Yeah, you know exactly. I mean? Yeah. I remember that's one thing. My godmother would always say things certain, and he would always be the one to be like, well, you don't know, you know. You don't know that. Always. And she hated that shit, bro. No, that's good. You know what I mean? But that made me fucking question.
Bill Burr said so. It's like, female-led societies, they say it would have no war, but there would be no due process either. You know?
Yeah, you know, like, you gotta question shit,
bro. Yeah, if they think you did it, you fucking did it. You know?
Damn, bro. That's fucking hilarious. Dude, Bill Burr, honestly, I need to see his newer stand-up because I haven't seen it, but that shit...
Where's it on Netflix?
I don't know exactly what it's on.
Yeah.
It's on... I would feel like it's on Netflix because he did, you know, his show on there. But, I mean, you don't know if, like, maybe because his show's done, maybe it's like now he's making deals with other people. But that special, just from the clips that I've seen, I'm like, bro, like, I gotta watch this shit. This is funny, man. He's like he's still top of his game.
Yeah, exactly. I saw an article that said that, like, he hit and missed, and I'm like, how can you say that? He's literally on top of his game.
Yeah, he's on top of his game.
How can you say that?
And he hasn't stopped. Yeah. Like, he's literally just been soaring.
Like, how can there be articles saying that shit? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's so, like... And you know what? It's just because he says some shit that, like, they're probably paid to say that, be on that side to say that's wrong. You know what I mean? Some people are literally paid to say shit.
Yeah, that's wrong. Like I said, like with the Dave Chappelle show, they said he was a crackhead and shit. The media put that shit out. Like, who else would come up with something like that?
Because he didn't want to take the deal.
All because he didn't want to take a deal. So they were like, okay, all right, you don't want to take the deal. You're a crackhead.
You're crazy, like a crackhead.
You're crazy, bro. Oh, and then when you run away,
magazine.
They did all this fucking. Oh, you ran away. Oh, you ran away. Why would you run away from $50 million? What a crazy person.
Crackhead, yeah.
Like, and then he would always tell people, like, so there must be a really good reason, right? And no one ever understood it, bro. And people were just like, yeah, Dave Chappelle's back, yeah.
You want to know why they called him a crackhead? You want to know why he was acting like a good crackhead?
No.
Because he was a crackhead.
Because he was a crackhead, you know,
that's
exactly.
What people say,
See, it was something very easy to fucking do.
Exactly, because he was crazy. He didn't take the money. That's why he went to Africa. He's like...
Yeah, he must be a crackhead. I'm like, dude, if he did crack, wouldn't you think he wants the $50 million? He'd be like, do whatever you want on the show, nigga. Give me the $50 million. I'm going to get me some crack.
This is what I think, man. I think he left and he came back gradually to prove that he still had leverage because... Yeah. If they tarnish your name, then you're worthless, and if you're worthless, then you know what I mean. Then they'll just kill you. Just like when he said Martin Lawrence.
That's what I'm saying.
Like he was running out crazy, saying they're trying to kill me.
That's what I'm saying. If they can't control you, they kill you. That's what I was going back to earlier, man. Yeah. Like if they can't, like same thing with anybody, like with even like leaders and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's always the theory with like, you know, like Prince and shit like that, you know what I mean? Or with Bill Cosby, right? He wanted to buy out like NBC, right?
Yeah.
And that was like owned by Comcast.
Yeah.
And because he was gonna buy it, they started releasing some dirt. And now guess who can't buy it? Do you know what I mean? He was doing, I'm not justifying it, but he was doing the same thing that everyone was doing back then.
Yeah,
everybody. Yeah. All of them. Anybody who you see that ran in circles with them was doing it, and they're all like damn, Bill Cosby, like whoo, like that, you know, shame on you. But then they go in their house and they're like, I hope he doesn't say anything about me. I hope he doesn't get salty. And
they just released the dirt that they had on him for years.
But then you know what? If they were really scared, they'd probably kill him. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. There's people you can control who they go with it. They're like, all right, we won't kill you.
They're like,
just
listen,
don't.
Bill, like you're cool with us. Just play ball. Like maybe Bill Cosby was still playing ball. He just like went out a little. You know what I mean? They're like, listen, that's the first warning. You know what I mean? Look, we already got them to think that like, you know, like you're a monster, you know what I mean? They won't give a fuck if you get killed in prison, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Just keep, like, are you gonna play along, Bill Cosby? Like, yeah, I'll play along, whatever. Like, all right.
Like, oh, I just want my pull pot.
Like, whatever, I'll play along, whatever. What do you want me to do? Like, all right, you're gonna do a little special on Christmas time until you fucking die. You hear me?
Fucking hilarious.
You're gonna do a Christmas time special until you die.
Like, I grew up watching Bill Cosby shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watched Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Growing up, I watched Lil Bill, especially Lil Bill. Some of the greatest lessons I've learned was from that peanut head motherfucker, bro. You know what I mean?
That saxophone intro.
Yeah. Man, saxophones were killing it, man. Hey Arnold had a good ass. Whoever was the saxophonist at Nickelodeon was fucking going in, bro. No, that person he went in. He was like, oh yeah, oh you hired me here. What you need? Oh, I got you, bro.
Dude, they're just like good ass musicians. They're like, oh okay, I'll just play jazz.
Yeah,
play
bro.
some jazz music. It's just jazz, honestly. Yeah. Just like sick ass jazz.
I like old intros because they weren't fucking like you know, like, oh here's Hey Arnold in the city of Brooklyn, you know, like it was just like him. It was just the song, you know what I mean? And people just going, Hey Arnold, you know.
I like the old school intros. The intros now are just like stupid.
Yeah, I feel like they're too like just, you know, it's just rock. It's just like the typical like I feel like they have a formula and they stick to it.
They need to go off key a little bit, you know what I mean? Like off tempo, find a different rhythm.
And then you go in 7/8 a couple times, you know what I mean? Dude, I was trying to explain 7/8 to Alondra, and I got so caught. And like as soon as I got into the rhythm, I just got into it. I just stopped explaining it. I just stopped explaining everything I was trying to tell her. I was trying to tell her like the reason why it's 8 on the bottom is because it's half notes, you know what I mean? And then like so 7/8, it's like it's like 2 whole notes and then 1 with 3, you know. Yeah, it's just you know. And I was like, I forgot exactly the rhythm I was doing, but I was like, bro, and I just got in it, and I was just like, I stayed in it.
7/8 is kind of funky because it like ends off
because then
like
it goes on the offbeat,
yeah, exactly,
and then it catches back up,
yeah,
and then eventually, like because it's 7/8, it really is. I mean, yeah, it's 7/8. It's like it ends up becoming 7/4, you know, like the way like money is like dun 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 dun. Like that's in 7. Like it goes first 3 and then 4. Dun 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 dun. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. You know, and then, but then when you do it like 7 and 8, it will be like. And that shit sounds fucking like that shit sounds tense because it sounds a little like oh it's coming in fast, you know what I mean? Because it's not you expect that 8th note, but it's like nope, gotcha. Nope.
Start again.
Nope. Like it's like you know, it feels like it's speeding up on them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That shit sounds tense, bro. That shit sounds like it's fucking going somewhere. I was like
Man, someday I would want to reach to the stars, buy candy bars. Yeah. As a kid with a knife. You know the thing about guitar, like I wish were a little different. I wish it was like a keyboard where like you it's right there chilling, and you just like but like I can't like hold the bong, you know what I mean? And like play guitar.
Yeah. You know what I would trade for that?
What?
Being able to swipe it around your back, just walk around with it. I want to invent something where a keyboard player could just swipe their keyboard. Sometimes it's gonna be hard because keyboards could be heavy, but You know, you could do it. You could do it.
You
Swipe
can
it
make a
around.
light keyboard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I remember I bought a keyboard that was 11 pounds. You get me?
You could buy a keyboard.
I was able to carry it like this.
Just the keyboard and the speaker.
I was literally able to carry it like this, and it was the NP11. Remember that one the keyboard that I have? It only had like 6 sounds or whatever. Like, you know, fucking electric keyboard 2. You know what I mean? But then like that one like was light as hell, and I wanted to just be able to swing it around my back, just walk around somewhere, just swing it back out.
That shit would be cool. Like
traveling.
There's a guitar, bro.
Yeah, but it's not the same exactly, you know.
Is it? I think it might be. You know, maybe like
no,
a modern
it's like this.
guitar.
It's like I think there's the bass notes.
Oh. Well, why don't you do this? Check it out. Check it out. You have the high keys right here and the bass keys right here. You'll be like dun dun dun. You know what I mean? There'll be like 2 keyboards, but like one will be flipped upside down for like.
Oh, I get what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
That'd be interesting.
I'll
be interesting. It'd be interesting. How would I play it?
Oh man, and maybe you could slide it together so it's like an accordion.
I'm trying to imagine like if I had it like. That's funny, bro.
The other thing about a D-tune guitar that like is kind of cool is like the white keys are between the dots until the 9th fret. Then it becomes a C.
Say that again?
Like the D-tune guitar.
Oh,
Between the dots are the white keys
Yeah.
until the 9th fret becomes a C.
I get you.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It becomes the white keys. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's a funny way to think about it. See, that's gonna be your tuning, you know what I mean? When people play songs, try to replicate your songs, they're gonna have to detune it, you know what I mean?
They're also gonna have to get close to the guitar.
Yeah.
If they
but
want to play
even
it right.
even if like they don't, they'll just still try to like because they want to be able to play along to the song.
detune it.
You're gonna have to detune it, buddy.
Yeah. Or they could put like on a cable. Put it in a cable above or something. Dude, guitar is so fucking kind of crazy. It's like a puzzle, bro. That's why the devil lives in it, because once you crack the code, like he just like.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's like, what the hell did you just play? I know this. You summon him with a couple chords. You go. You know, then the devil comes out. He's like, what the? I'm like, no, the devil. No.
What is this madness? Child moves
The devil. He's coming.
with some sadness.
He's coming. Hey, I got second wind, bro. Like, I don't even feel tired at all now. It was just I think the warmth, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
That's cool. Hell yeah, bro. Oh my goodness. This is the type of shows that I forget about. Because they sucked. You remember Glenn Martin?
Yeah, I remember Glenn Martin. Dude,
Did you ever watch it?
Dude, you wanna know something funny? I would record, I think Tosh.0,
Yeah.
and that shit would play on Comedy Central or something.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. Yeah, I would record a show, and sometimes that should be playing like
In place of the show.
in places or like at the end. You know, that shit would be playing.
Oh, Oh, like after.
After. Yeah, sometimes it got that shit the whole show, but man, that shit kind of sucked ass. I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send the laundry right now. That show sucks. You know what I mean? This show sucks. Like, what other shows? You ever seen Jenny the Teenage Robot?
Not really. Well,
Life of a Teenage Robot. I don't even remember what it was called, but you know what I mean. She was Jenny from the block. That show, I think, it was another one of those like just fucking derivative of Powerpuff Girls type. You know, a single Powerpuff Girl. You know what I mean? Danny Phantom type, fucking just attacking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that Jenny the Teenage Robot.
Like, I used to watch Danny Phantom, but I mean that show I wouldn't say it was great. Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't even say it was good. It was just whatever.
I remember that shit. Like, I didn't like watching that shit.
It was just on.
That shit was just on.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, like,
I hated Tucker. I hated fucking the Box Ghost.
I remember that was the last shows that was around until like I lost cable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like that, I think first season.
Did you see some Airbender then?
I didn't see Airbender. I remember watching Nickelodeon. I was like, who the fuck is this bald fucking kid, bro? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, I was on that shit, man. But let me tell you, bro, they released an episode and they show the episode like three times a day, the same episode for like the week. You know what I mean? Just in case you didn't catch it, because the next week it's on to the next episode. You know what I mean? And sometimes they'd go to other episodes. It was just like, it was very hard to keep up with the exact storyline, you know, at first. I had to actually watch it later and just like watch it, the storyline.
I heard it was like a complex story. Just when I first saw it, I was like, I was like, man, I missed out on a lot because I didn't know when the show came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You know, like I remember, like I was at my aunt's house. I would only go to my aunt's house to fucking watch fucking TV and shit. And like they're like, you're always here to watch TV. Why don't you go get cable at your house? So like, they don't put cable in my house.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but I remember I watched that Airbender show and I was like, well, it's not really funny, you know.
No, it's really not funny. It's only like just
like a story, yeah.
Yeah, it's only like just some like, you know what? Let me think about it. That show, I think it gets good by the third season, shit like that, which is like the last season. You know what I mean? And it's only like at the very end, and it's not even. You know what? I wouldn't say there's anything superb about it. I've seen way better shows. You know what I mean? Like when I think of that 70s show.
That 70s show is better than The Last Airbender?
Yeah, is to me, I rank that.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that 70s show is one of my favorite shows, like, of all time. Because it really felt like they were just interacting, like they all knew each other. You know what I mean?
It was like a fucking like high school thing. You know, like it was like a friendship. You know? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Friendship.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Playing the ukulele there.
Yeah, I put it on the C. There's a major, a C major.
Little Stitch.
Oh, see.
I think I recognize it. Because I was getting confused. Because like I was seeing the shape of it, and then I was like, wait, that's A. I'm like, no, I had to think about it as E as 1, and then I was like, A is the 4. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like just kind of messing with the progression too. It will be. Yeah. Oh shit, they know we cooking fire.
They can see the smoke from here.
Go to F. And I see. Oh yeah. No, that sounds better. Yeah, but it be after one measure. Be one measure. Stay on CM. Then let's go to FM.
It's funny how it kind of went with rhythm.
Yeah. Don't mind the fire, don't mind the fire, the fire. Don't mind the fire, the fire. Don't mind the fire, the fire. It's getting closer by the minute. Let's do that again. Let's do that. Let's do 5/4. Yeah, I see the fire is burning brighter. I know I can feel it. I'm sorry that I switched it. Let's go back to C. Do you know what I believe? I'm gonna stay on C. I might switch it to an F right now. Switch it to an F right now. You're back to a C. What do you see? Time to go to a 5, to a 4, and that's the fire, fire, yeah, fight, fight through the floor. 4. The fire's burning everything. Oh no, I did get everyone. Someone's burning with the fire. I switched it to something. I hope nobody burned nothing important, but nobody came. So everybody burned the flame. Oh well, oh we, goodness gracious, they burned everything. Okay.
I like the way that sounds.
The
This is a cool little funny. This shit is good. See, honestly, that was pretty easy. I'm pretty. How long do you think we've been doing this?
Like an hour?
A long, probably an hour.
A little more than an hour. Yeah.
I'd say probably like an hour and 10 minutes.
I like that. Like the progression was something that we found. You know what I mean? Once you found that, shit was like, boom.
It was like speeding it up. I was like, all right, let's get into that. Let's get
like 2 hours.
See, look, that was easy.
It's 2 hours. So you want to get something to eat or something?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm actually down to get some.
Let's go get some food. Smoke somewhere else or something.
Oh yeah.
You want to see the studio first?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, let me check it out. I actually do want to check it.
Yeah, man. Maybe we could jam out in there real quick. We could hook up.
Did you want me to bring the keyboard in, or did you want me to just leave it out here for now?
I don't know where I could. I don't really have a stand for it, to be honest. Like, yeah. I mean, unless like you're willing to like sit on the side and just like have it on your. Could you have it on your lap? Is it like?
Let me try it. It might be a little difficult to actually, because unless the seat has no side things.
Yeah.
These are the things that get in the way. I could have it here and play like this, but the thing is that
I just don't know like where we could go figure it out if you're willing to check.
Here, let's just check first.
Yeah,
let me try to get like an estimate of how long it is. So I'll go in there. We'll see it, bro. I want to see it. I actually do want to see it.
Yeah. Your shoe is matching, bro. You found that shit that matches, bro. Just in time for the summer.
I found